Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is episode 5 of my gameplay on Chellington Valley. If this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back. So, as you just saw, there was a quick time-lapse of me doing a field out here. If you were there for my live stream, we did do that field on the live stream. However, I had a bit of an issue with my game. The Steam Cloud is supposed to save all my games, but it actually reverted back to the previous save games for a lot of them, so I actually lost everything I did on the stream, which means I lost all these fields being planted, and this guy, which actually we need to get this back to the farm here. I'll mention this tractor here in a second. Anyhow, it's a little bit of a disaster, but I did get it back up to kind of where we were at before. So we do have all of our fields planted. And again, if you don't like to watch streams, I try to give updates so you guys didn't actually miss anything. But yes, a little bit of issues. On the stream, we did a lot of planting here, and we had almost all these fields planted. So they are all planted now. As you remember, we have... let's get grass turned on here. Root types 1, grass. There we go. So... okay, so we have grass planted over here, as you know. And then these 3 fields, so we have linseed here, we have spelt here, and we have triticale here. So we have our fields planted the way we wanted to, the way we set them up in our planter here. And then sugar beets is what we are going to plant in that field we just created. So that's what we're going to end up going in there, which it won't be 0.96. I think it'll be higher because it's anticipating this happening and then fallow then this, but not just constant fallow as before. So let's get this driven back. So a couple other things we did in the stream that I want to note as well. Well, first off, we talked about time lapses a little bit. I will throw in time lapses periodically, maybe one an episode for just a couple of minutes or something like that. Throw that in there randomly just to kind of change things up, give a little bit of a musical break to listening to my voice constantly. But yeah, so I will put those in there. If you guys absolutely hate them, let me know. I don't have any issues not doing them anymore or anything like that. But yeah, so just keep me posted on that. But yeah, so we got all that stuff done. We did turn off lime because if you remember when we were doing our lime, it would fully fertilize everything. So we're just going to not run with lime, which I know we're not running with lime or weeds, but now that means fertilizing 3 states is going to be more difficult for us than just liming once a year. So that's what we're going to do for now, is just run it without lime. So hopefully that ends up working out better for us. But yeah, we did sell a load of barley as well to help pay for some stuff. We are a little bit in debt now. I did say I didn't want to do any debt, but now we have a $40,000 loan. We did buy this tractor, which this tractor is $40,000. It's let's go in the store here. We needed a second tractor on the stream when we were doing stuff, which I guess I didn't need to do it now that I had to reload, but I wanted to get us back to where we're at. So we bought this. It's part of the Alpine farming pack. This one's 100 horsepower for 40 grand. I don't think you can really beat that deal there. So good little workhorse for us to have around the farm. We technically could still sell it. It only has 0.7 hours, and we don't have to take a loss on it. So I don't like to do that in seasons because it's kind of cheaty in my opinion, unless you're legit, like you did a trial period on a tractor and you're like, yeah, this isn't actually what we needed, and then you're switching it out for something different. But I essentially feel like I rented this otherwise, so we're gonna hold on to it, I think, for the time being, unless you guys really think we need to get rid of it. But even if we have to sell it at a bit of a loss, I'm okay doing that after we get past the 0.7 hours. But we'll bring our seed cart here. We did have to spend a fair amount of money on seeds, so that was what it was. And I can't remember who commented it, but if you remember from last episode, I'll just park us here. You remember from last episode, our chickens required straw, and I forgot completely that in the store in base game you can buy bales of straw. So we bought a bale and we gave some to the chickens, and there's actually the pickup truck sitting around back here. We can hop over the fence on foot. Sitting back here in the back of the pickup truck, just good to go. Yeah, so I don't know. It's like I thought super strength on for a second. I was like, I don't know why that's on, but and then I do have a front loader that we bought as well. So let's go talk about that. So many new things. Sorry guys. All this happened in the stream, but I'm trying to get up to date, and I'm a little running around with my head cut off because I'm a little bit short on time now because I just did an extra 2 hours of work on here just to get caught back up. But it's fine. I'm enjoying playing on here, and it's absolutely worth it. So we bought a front loader bucket, and we bought a bale spike, but the bale spike is down at the store. But this matches pretty well, and we also paid to have the front loader attachment added onto this guy. So that's used. I can use that for cleaning up the chickens now. I will say I did try to feed the chickens with that because someone mentioned doing that. It's not a good idea. I ended up spilling a ton on the ground around here, and had to get all that picked up and everything, and none of it went into the feed trough, and I had to be in a very specific angle to get it in there, and then once the feed trough was full, it just dumped it on the ground anyway. So that trailer's parked in there. Since we're not going to need it really until harvest, or unless we sell something else, I'm just going to keep it in there with some wheat in it to feed the chickens. But needless to say, if we go take a look at our chickens now, they do need some more water, but just fine. And I know there's supposed to be a water pump with seasons, but I couldn't find it in here. I just have that. Maybe it's under animals? I guess I didn't look super hard for it, but aha, there it is. I think we're gonna place that because I think we can still sell the water tank for. Should work right in there, shouldn't it? That should work on the outside of there too. Now I can't remember how it actually works. Is it actually, yep, 197? Yeah, it says water pump, so it's registering it, so we don't have to worry. But this thing we should be able to sell. Yeah, it sounds like it's working. All right, but if we go into the garage here, not leased items, owned items. We did end up leasing this guy to do all of our planting. Now, we do need to look at doing either sugar beets or carrots here in a second, because that's what we need, if I remember correctly, to feed in this category, sugar beets or carrots. But first off, let's go get that sold off, that water trailer, because we don't really need it if we can do the pumps. Yeah. Oh, we did. Oh, 0.1 hours. Why is it 7598? I do have seasons on, right? Yeah, okay, I'm not crazy here. How much does it cost normally? Oh, it's because I've owned it for a few days. Never mind, that is completely normal. Okay, it's all coming together. So we probably should take it actually to a repair trigger to sell it. Let's get that done real quick. We'll just get rid of that. We're still going to do, I think, better off of doing that than, and then we don't have to worry about the water anymore either. So I think that overall that's going to be a better choice for us. I wish I would have remembered that in the beginning, but I think that was Troa B that mentioned that. But anyhow. I guess we might as well, while we're here, top it up. No, we don't need to, but we're just going to be throwing all this water out, basically. And there is a repair trigger on here. I remember it, and I remember finding it on the map tour, but I completely forgot to use it, and I've been not really using it like I should, I think. But anyhow, I hope you guys are still enjoying this series, but I know I'm still going to do far more episodes that are recorded ahead of time, or recorded in... Oh, no, slow down. That are recorded instead of streamed. I'm going to stream 1 episode a week, but I should be putting out, hopefully. My goal would be to do 3 or 4 episodes that are recorded a week plus a streamed episode. That's my goal. But again, it all just kind of depends on what happens. So let's go ahead and drive over here. It's tough putting out a schedule. I feel like I have to get some stuff done. I had to postpone the Precision Farming DLC Q&A. Oh, there we go. Sell that. Oh, we can't sell it here, darn it, because it's being a little punk. Okay, let's go ahead and take it down to the store. Anyhow. But yeah, so I postponed the Precision Farming DLC question and answer video just because ooh, we're getting really bogged down by this road here. I'm saying bogged down. I've been listening to Mr. Silly P so much. It's not even, I don't think that's even American terminology. Now we're stuck. This isn't going well, is it? Oh, maybe we should just go on the grass. The grass might be a little bit better for, ooh, geez. Truck is getting ripped all over the place. All right, let's try this. Oh, come on, you can do it. Come on, pickup truck. The bale should be giving you some more traction, theoretically. Okay, well, we'll go down the hill here. We'll cut out the main route if that's not going to work for us. I can't believe we can't make it up that. Oh, that's crazy. I would have never guessed we couldn't make it up that. All right, we'll head out this way. No big deal. I should have just headed out the front anyways, but that is fine. And I do have a course play route to drive us down to the shop, but I'm not going to use it just because I'm here, so I'll just drive. But yeah, we did sell a load of barley to help pay off some other stuff that we had going on. Well, I resold it when I had to come back in here and redo everything, because we sold it at the end of the stream. But get going here. But it still worked out for me, because I was able to do a nice time-lapse of field creation over there, which is what I kind of wanted to do with that anyways. It all worked out. Hopefully you guys didn't mind watching that in the stream and watching a time-lapse of it again. Oh, anyhow. Oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Recording issues are going to happen. And then I did some, I messed with OBS a little bit and did some stuff to it. And I got some stuff fixed up to do Streamlabs type stuff. And what I didn't realize is it changed my encoding output. So my mod review was all messed up. And Willamina Forest episode 39, which came out yesterday when you guys are seeing this. That one I had all sorts of videos that were in the wrong file format. And I couldn't edit them in Premiere Pro. So then I had to convert them all using VLC Media Player and wait for that to happen, and then I was able to get them fixed up. So anyhow, just a bit of a chaotic day for me. I have days like that. If you guys have been on the channel for a while, especially watching No Man's Land, I've had so many issues recording that series with stuff going on where I've lost the game, or not lost the game save, where I've, stuff has happened. I've lost video footage on there a ton. So anywho, it is what it is. You work with it as you go about your business. Let's get this. Is the repair trigger, where is it at? Oh, it's right here. I always forget where it's at. I always think it's going to be like over here. It does look like a shop though, but I guess it's more of a warehouse type setup. I don't know what happens if you're like in this guy's way. I'm just kind of curious. I think he just goes through you. Yeah, I don't think there's any collision on him. That's right. Okay. That's probably not going to pick that up. Let's actually get it backed in a little bit better here. When we're selling it to you guys here at the shop, you guys even get some free water with it. So, yeah, we'll sell that. 91.17, definitely much better here. I think we paid, gosh, we didn't pay, what was it, 9,600? 9,500. So yeah, we didn't really lose a whole lot. We rented it for a few days, and that ended up being a little bit better. But yeah, so now we got our money back up a little bit there. Yeah, so there's our pallet fork, a little askew there, but anyhow. And the other thing I want to mention as well, which actually, let me just get this guy driving back to the farm. I have a couple of things saved. Farm to store, and I'm not very good at course play, so just forgive me on that. There we go. Okay, he's going to work on that. But while he's driving, I want to mention, if I go off the screen here, I want to mention a few mods. So there's a mod description linked below. Sorry if you can't hear the game right now. I apologize. There's a mod list linked below that has a list of all the mods that I'm using on here. So someone did comment, and I think this is reasonable. They said you could use Giants mods, no problem. They're available for all platforms. So again, I'm only going to use mods that are available from all platforms in general, other than the couple that I already have on here. But yeah, so the ones I looked on the mod hub at the mods that are made by Giants, and they have made so many flippin' mods. It was ridiculous, so many of them. So I didn't even download any of the ones I would never use. I downloaded the few that I thought I might use. So I'm just going to read those off real quick so you guys know what I added in, but it's all going to be listed down below in the description. So I added in the Case IH 1455, the John Deere 6M series, the Ursus Z586, the Liber L538, the Ursus T127, the JCB 435S, the Deutz AgroStar 661, the Amazone Pantera 4502, the Liber TL 436-7, and the Hurleman H488. And also the Valtra G series and the New Holland 8340. So I added what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12 mods, and there's like, I think there was 50 or so. So anyhow, I didn't add a lot. Again, I want to keep it pretty mod free, but I don't mind using stuff that's made by Giants. It's all vanilla stuff, so, or vanilla in game at least. But beautiful, and that actually timed out perfectly to get us back to. We can just close that out so it's not there. Get us back to the farm here. So we sold that off. I'm gonna go park this back under that shed here because we don't really need this for anything other than moving chicken eggs around and doing stuff. But we'll take a look at some of the carrot type stuff and see what we're gonna work on here in a second. All right, let's get this guy parked up here. Because we can do carrots or sugar beets. Either are fine. I'd like to do carrots. I think would be more fun, but it all comes down to actually honestly cost at this point. So if we go in the store, as far as planting them goes, they're both use the same planter, which I think we're gonna lease this. It's a little bit more. Actually, this one's 6 meters and cheaper. We don't need the seed tank necessarily. We can refill it as much as we need, which is going to be a lot probably, but that's not that big of a deal really. So we could probably work with that. I'll probably end up doing it myself. So we'll need to lease this and look at the. Let's actually look at the seasons menu real quick for carrots. Let's look in here. Carrots, where you at? Carrots, okay. Planting season, 41 degrees, so we can plant it whenever. We should plant it today. We'll probably end up planting those in the next episode, would be my guess. I have no idea what the thumbnail is going to be for this one. Oh, quite honestly, I have no idea. No idea what the thumbnail is going to be. I'm going to have to be creative on this one. It might just be, we're continuing. But anyhow, let's continue. Let's look in here and see. So we're going to need that planter. That's probably what we'll end up leasing for that to plant it. And then as far as harvesting equipment, beet technology, I believe, is what it's under. The carrot stuff's under here. Yeah, we go. The small stuff here. So we could. These are the 157 and 10. 167,000 to lease those two things. Now sugar beets. Harvest them. Let's see. 98,000. That's a lot cheaper actually to lease those two things. I think we're gonna do sugar beets just because of that. Yeah. Unfortunately, well. Gosh, I want to do carrots though, so darn bad. It's not going to be too much more probably. Let's look at the leasing cost for this. So $5,000 about. Hop out of there. This one's going to be so about $6,100. Okay, $6,100. The planter price stays the same. Now let's see what it costs to 6,100, and then as opposed to 500 plus 8,000, so 8,500. Yeah, that's a fair price more. It's like $2,500 more. Oh, that's a tough, but I'd rather do carrots. Carrots would be more fun. I think we're gonna do carrots. You know what? I know it's not the wisest decision, but let's go ahead and lease a carrot. Well, not a carrot planter. Let's just lease a planter and plant carrots with it. Yeah, we'll lease that guy. That'll be fine. $1,300 for that. Yep, lease that. So overall, our carrot cost is going to be about 10,000 to do a field of carrots. 10,000 to do a field of carrots. Again, it's just a feed animal, so it's not going to make us. It's not going to be really a wise financial decision. We'll see how much we get off of it. I mean, this is not a big field, as you can very well see here. We need to do some. We definitely need to fertilize it 3 times. And that's the other thing too. Actually, we probably should invest in a small fertilizer spreader because we don't have anything really. That's $30,000. I think that that one's a great one to have actually. That one does. I wish it did lime though, but that one does a lot further if you want to. So the Geo spread. I've never used that one. Bigger tank than that. Let's take out a loan and purchase this because we need to have it. Honestly, it's one of those things we can't really go without. So let's take out a loan here real quick. And I know for someone who said they weren't going to take out any loans, we sure are taking out a lot of loans. But we need it for what we're doing, so. And that's going to be something that's going to pay off in the long run without any issues. So 24,500. Okay, that's a little tough to argue buying that, but all right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go pick up that stuff at the store, and I'll bring you guys back in when we're going to do some fertilizing and some seeding of carrots around here. We'll talk a bit more, and then we'll see what we're going to do from there. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, welcome back, everyone. So I got our new fertilizer sprayer and our leased seeder up here. Let's try to help many. This should, yeah, we can move that all the way up to 45. Yeah, I say 45 might be a bit excessive. You can move the working width on this by hitting Y. 45 may be a bit excessive, but we should be able to knock it out in one swoop. Oh yeah, that's extremely excessive. That's going back to like 32. Let's try that. Yeah, that's probably pretty good right there. So hopefully this works out, putting down a layer of fertilizer for us and everything like that, which, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't, but guess you're missing a little bit on the edge there, but that's not too big of a deal. And we'd have to go back and get a little part. I guess we wouldn't have to go back and get anything if we had the full spread width on it, but that's okay. We don't need to go that crazy with it. Let's go grab that section real quick right here that we need to grab. Miss that little piece of grass right there. I missed that. That's all right. We're in the field creation process. All right. Didn't use too much fertilizer, obviously. I did think about putting our field up here, but I don't. I'll ever sheep or something up there. I don't know if I mentioned that this episode or not. It's been a long time. I'm recording this after the other episode, or the rest of this episode, I suppose I should say. So let's get this guy hooked up here. Okay, so we're all set to go for carrots. Let's see, how is that doing? Okay, got a fertilizer state on there. Looks good. Well, actually, it's got two because one from the grass before, so now it has two, and then the third one we'll put on right after we get this planted here. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's be fine. I'm not sure what we're gonna end up doing in the next episode. We have a little bit of time that we need to wait before doing a whole lot, so we might just kind of go through some of the oh, look at that, it looks so cool. I go through some of the motions, but I'm glad this actually isn't burning through seed like crazy. So yeah, we need to take care of animals, stuff like that. We don't really have the money to get going on another type of animal or anything like that, so we'll have to wait till next year. Obviously, we have a little bit of debt. We might try to knock out some contracts if we can find any that are available. So next episode might just be doing some contract work, getting some of that knocked out, at least at the beginning. Again, I don't have any issues with fast forwarding or doing other stuff around and stuff like that, but seasons obviously makes it a little bit more difficult for me to put episodes together, I think, to a little bit of a degree, but at the same time, I mean, I enjoy playing on seasons, quite honestly, so I'm not too worried about it. I'd rather it be just fun for everyone, but I think we should be able to, be able to get this wrapped up here. So yeah, I think my goal this episode would be something like getting the carrots planted here and getting them good to go, and yeah, getting them all fertilized and stuff like that. So I think we can accomplish that. Actually, I'm probably gonna make my thumbnail carrot planting, so let's get a good, I'll give you a little bit of the backside of how I create my thumbnails and stuff like that. So recently I've been doing more with the photos to actually kind of brighten them up a little bit, because the lighting, well, actually the lighting in Chellington, Chellington Valley here is actually quite nice compared to some of the maps, but some of the maps have really poor lighting. Like actually Ravenport has really bad lighting. The lighting on there is terrible, which, I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's the first map that FS19 came out with back in 2018 when the game came out, so it does make sense for that to be the worst of the worst. But yeah, at the same time, so I've been doing more kind of editing stuff and brightening the photos up a bit and doing some of that, which I think is a little bit better. It makes them look a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer, I think. So actually go up here real quick and get another row here. This is actually a fairly wide planter, and it was cheaper to lease this than lease the smallest planter. I think this is the cheapest planter in game, which actually I'm super curious now. I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it? Planter wise, 27,000, 26. Yeah, it is the cheapest planter, and it's definitely a better option for us. But why's that? 12 meters? Yeah. But anyhow, I'm just looking, dreaming, if you will. So yeah, I think this year, I think with our harvest and everything like that, obviously taking care of chickens, getting them good to go and stuff like that, making some eggs. I'm sure I'll be able to sell some eggs next episode, even if it's just a few of them. That'd be nice to get a little bit of money for our eggs rolling in. But yeah, doing something like that, even though I know these carrots are gonna, I mean, it's gonna cost us a lot for the carrots, but I'll keep track of how much we actually make on the chickens total through eggs and stuff like that. I'll try it. If I remember, I'll keep track of it, but I want to make sure we're actually turning the profit, which on seasons, it's hard to like turn a big profit on chickens if you're just doing, unless you're doing like a massive amount of them. So, which is fine. I don't really mind that much, but I think you do better, I think, on the other animals quite a bit. Pigs reproduce like crazy in seasons, so they're a decent one to make money off of and do that with. And cows obviously make quite a bit of money. I've never done sheep though. So sheep, I think, might be our next animal we step to, but oh, and we might maybe even do some grass work, because obviously we have some grass work to do and stuff like that. So I'll throw some time lapses in here and there. I'm not going to do a ton of them, obviously. I might do one or maybe two an episode, depending. Like, I guess I could throw this into a time lapse if I wanted to. But let's get a good thumbnail photo here before I forget and I have the whole field planted and there's nothing exciting left happening. Let me back up. We'll just get that little bit here. I kind of want to show that we're doing something, not just show a field planted, obviously, with a tractor parked in it. I want to show that, you know, something had to happen for us to get to where we're at. And actually, it'll be better if we go this side. Let me grab that little section there I missed. We're going to be able to do this on a full tank seeds. I thought we were going to have to fill this thing up a few times, but we're actually doing A-okay. Should have made the field maybe a little bit bigger and make it more worthwhile, but right about here, I think, is a good spot for it to get a good thumbnail photo. So what I do is I use the easy development tools, as I've kind of mentioned before. That way I can get, you know, just kind of a good photo of it. So something like that right there that shows a lot of it. I think, boom, take that photo right there. And I might even do a closer one just in case, because this actually might be better for a thumbnail shot right here. But yeah, get a couple of those in there. So that's just kind of how I do my thumbnail shots and stuff like that. Turn all that back off. We'll hop back in the tractor and keep going. But yeah, it's just kind of my style, the way I do things and get things done. I just want to, you know, do whatever on here. No Man's Land usually has more exciting thumbnails, I feel like, but yeah, I think it's getting easier now, I think, with some series. This one's going to be difficult at times. Obviously, this one, it's like, well, we planted carrots, and that's what we did in the episode. You know, it's like, that might be the most exciting thing we do. It just is the way the nature of the series. So sometimes I think as doing the YouTube stuff, I think that's one of the things that sometimes is kind of hard to come up with, actually, is thinking about, yeah, what's the thumbnail going to be for this, you know? I don't even try to come up with live thumbnails for my live episodes. I mean, as you've seen, it's just, I recently changed it, so I did actually have a photo of the map, or at least the photo of Chellington for the last live stream, but in general, it's just, yeah, I'm live, you know, there it is. It's just kind of text on like a nice little background, but yeah, anyhow, well, we got that planted in no time at all, I feel like. Nice. Well, we can get this unloaded. Let's bring it up here and unload it, and then we can return this planter here. It'll solve that problem for us for a little bit there. Obviously, just so we don't get charged more leasing fees, but let me get this. And we don't want to give them our seed for free, but we should be able to go in the store. Garage. I maybe should have, if I had been smarter, I probably would have maybe made another field, like maybe made this part big. This could have been a good field right here for, so it would have been more worthwhile for us to lease all the stuff for carrots, but honestly, it'll be fine. We'll make some money back. And oh, look, there's all sorts of contracts in here. I should start actually picking up. That one I might do first thing next episode. I have heard there's some issues with some of the fertilizing contracts not working, which is fine. Sowing is my big one. Sowing are actually good ones to make pretty good money on, and they're not too hard to do. So yeah, we might pick up a couple of contractors, a couple of good ones in there. Sowing field 92. How big is that field? I mean, it's got to be a fair size if it's paying out like that. Yeah, 92 is fair size. So 92 is like a little bit smaller than one. One, actually, we might actually start off. This might be the rare gameplay or map where you start off with the biggest field right off the bat. But anyhow, and I also like to, one of the things on here is each field is separate. Each little chunk of land is a separate chunk of land. You don't have to, they're not all grouped together, which sometimes that happens and it just is what it is. But yeah, okay. That is done. Oh, we need to return it. Garage. Leased items. There we go. That guy is good to go back. We used it for 0.1 hours. Return. Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Let's go grab the fertilizer spreader. We'll put one last layer of fertilizer on there, and that should cover it for this year. And then I think after that, we will go ahead and probably wrap up the episode there. But I hope you guys are still enjoying the series. Yeah, I'm enjoying doing it. I think this is going to be a great series, quite honestly. As long as I keep the episodes simple like they are now, I should be able to put out more episodes, which I know some of you like to watch episodes every day, and I don't want them to be super long, so if you miss a day, you're not like, oh gosh, I gotta watch an hour and a half video to try to catch up. But anyhow, get that going there. Yep, that's working perfect. Yeah, seasons, you have to be a little bit more creative with getting down your fertilizer states, I think, than normal gameplay, but I mean, I guess that makes sense. We'll go this way this time. We'll finish up that half later. But yeah, so you have to be a little bit more creative with it, but I think that's just part of the fun as far as I'm concerned. I love the textures on this map. This map looks just great. Gosh, it's such a gorgeous map. I really hope everything with Oxygen, David, and Giants gets worked out, because that'd be just an absolute shame to lose Oxygen and David as a modder. I mean, he's absolutely amazing. The stuff that he's brought to FS has been fantastic. Really, it has. Yeah, it's been fantastic. I haven't even been around for that long, really, in the FS community, obviously, since I have a fairly small and fairly new channel, but it's just what I know about Oxygen and David. I know how much he means to a lot of people in the farming simulator community. So hope it gets worked out. I mean, I would, if Auction David had his maps on like a website that were his version that he updated, and you had to pay like, I would pay 20, 30 bucks to play on this map. I'm not even kidding with you. I know some of you can't necessarily afford that or wouldn't necessarily do that, which is fine, but gosh, that'd be fantastic. I would do that just to play on these maps. But anyhow, all right. That is my little soapbox for the episode there. Shut this guy off. That's what I got. Is this guy running? Yeah, we need to shut you off. I just let you run a lot. I think we'll hold on to this tractor. I think it's a cool little tractor. I've wanted to use it. I definitely want to use the electric tractor too at some point in this series. But yeah, anyhow, guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on your screen to join the Farmer Cop channel. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching.